Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am CS the Viking Gamer, and we are back with another Painting Tuesday. Today, we are painting the Scions of the Flame. Today we're going to be using Balthazar Gold, Lead Belcher, and for our contrast paints we're going to use Guilliman Flesh, Basilicum Grey, Flesh Terrors Red, Snakebite Leather, Militarum Green, and Agros Dunes. And for our flame effects, we're going to be using Contrast Eodin Yellow, Gryph-hound Orange, Blood Angels Red, and Black Templar. And finally our shades are going to be Agrax Earth Shade, Rakelin Flesh Shade, Athonian Camo Shade, and Null Oil. We start things off by coating the entire base with Agros Dunes. And then we hit the greaves as well as the headdress in Basilicanum Grey. After that, we're going to use Flesh Terrors Red on the tunic. And then for the scaly back cloak, we're going to use Militarum Green. Once that's done, we're going to use Snakebite Leather on the boots. And then all the fleshy areas of the model we're going to coat in Guilliman Flesh. Now I had the option to paint him with pants or without pants, but I wanted to give this entire unit a kind of a gladiator-esque feel, so I opted to paint the upper part of the legs in the flesh tone instead of as clothing. Kind of giving that more gladiator feel. A little bit of touch-up with the Flesh Terrors Red to finish out the cloak. And a touch-up of the Basilicanum Grey on the back of the headdress. Alright, now we're going to touch up the Militarum Green with a coating of Agrax Earth Shade, just to give it a darker hue. And now the belt and some parts of the headdress are going to get a coating of Balthazar Gold. So really I'm just kind of picking out a few details to kind of liven up the model and give some contrast. And now all the chains are going to get touched with Lead Belcher, as well as this little ring that holds the chains on the back of the belt. I'm also going to paint these two little circles on his chest. So now the flame effects actually took the longest time during the whole construction of the model. So we're going to use 4 different colors for the flame effects, and the trick to this was do not let the paint dry, and to kind of paint in thirds. So I'm painting 1/3 of the flame area in the yellow, then the next third in the orange, but I'm kind of blending the orange and the yellow together. So like the last quarter of the yellow and the first quarter of the orange touch each other, and then do the same with the red on the last section. And then on the very tips of the flame, do just a little touch of the Black Templar, just to kind of give it the illusion of smoke wisping off. When I asked a couple of people on how best to paint flame effects, the advice I got was actually look at a candle and see what the colors are there. And a lot of people paint flames backwards, so they'll go yellow at the end and red at the beginning. It's actually the other way around. The brighter the flame, the hotter it is. So the hottest part of the flame is actually closest to the source. Now, the easiest way I found to actually go through the mechanical process of painting the flames was to take all 4 pots of paint, have them open next to each other, and then quickly use one, rinse off the brush, grab the next one, rinse off the brush, grab the next one, and then just repeat that process through the entire model. Though I will say it turned out really cool looking, it was a little bit nerve-wracking to make sure that I didn't make a mistake, because a mistake would mean that I'd have to let the paint dry, and then paint over it with whites so that I could go through and paint it again. Now that the flames are done, we're going to paint the base of the model with Agrax Earthshade, just to darken up the shades of the sand. Then we're going to use Rakeland Flesh Shade on the back cloak. This will give it a kind of worn leather look to it. Then we're going to use the Athonian Camo Shade on his red cloak, and Null Oil on the chains. And here we are with the finished model. Alright everyone, this was a lot of fun to paint, and most importantly, I learned a new technique for painting flames that I didn't know before. I'm going to use this technique a lot throughout all my paintings. So, thank you all for tuning in. Please, if you'd be so kind, hit that like button, subscribe for future content, leave a comment down in the comments section, and we will see you in the next one. This is CS the Viking Gamer signing off. Victory or Valhalla.